Hi guys, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. And today guys, quick wristwatch check. And we're in a PAM 24 submersible. And this here is a paid review. It goes back a bit. And this is from Express Vision. They said, hey Arch, I'd like you to do a review for the Brietling Mont Brilliant. Now, this is a tricky equation. Tricky equation in the sense that there's a number of Brietling Mont Brilliants. And let me explain. It's just as well I've got a bit of a library of booklets on Brietling. Because the big problem is, guys, is that some people are very keen. They say to me, hey, I want to know about this. But in the course of its life, many of these watches get reinvented and they also change. They change a lot. And it's quite interesting. If we have a look in the, this is the 2006 Brietling catalog here, the Mont Brilliant. It's available in gold and steel, and the Mont Brilliant itself, there's a couple of variations. You've got the Mont Brilliant itself, which is it's very similar to the to a chronograph. Well, it is a chronograph, but it's very similar, to the Navi timer. And then you've got the Mont Brilliant Olympus. Now, the Olympus itself there, not only is that a chronograph, but it's also a type of calendar watch. And it's what they call, you've got annual calendars, which annual calendars was like my 5035, which needed to be every February. You needed to advance the date, hence the name annual, because you annually have to change it if it's continually wound. Perpetual calendar knows leap years, and that's a very clever piece. And then you have 4-year calendars, which is kind of between the two, which it knows how many days are in February, except in a leap year. So yes, that's kind of an interesting. There was a number of variations of the Mont Brilliant. They also had the Datura, which I must say, I personally love the Mont Brilliant with the white face. I think the white face is rather cool there. The Mont Brilliants themselves there, they are very similar looking to the Navi timer, but they do have a different twist. So it is kind of interesting to compare those pieces. To give you an idea, in 06 there, they had a Mont Brilliant which used the caliber, the Brietling 41 caliber, which is not an in-house. Now that particular piece there, this watch itself was in steel or gold. It basically, the size of it was 38 mils, so it was a little bit small there. Was a little bit small. Then you had the Olympus itself there, which was it's 42 mils, so a bigger piece there. It had a different style of dial. Then you had the Mont Brilliant Datura, which is a 43 mil. So you had some really interesting features on these pieces. So the interesting thing is, if we then go to 2009, the Mont Brilliant itself, they've got the Olympus, they've got the Datura, which I must say that's probably, I think, my favorite Mont Brilliant itself there. And I've got to tell you there, these particular pieces, over time, these pieces have gotten, you know what's happened, they get bigger, they grow. So they've kind of, you know, they do change the structure and the sizing of these pieces. So it's when it's specified as one Mont Brilliant, it's very, very hard to pick there. The Mont Brilliant this is the 2017. Well, you've got the it's no longer. They've got the Mont Brilliant 01, which has that fantastic in-house movement. So that's a chronograph, which is a Kosk certified chronograph movement. You've got that in rose gold or in steel. So it's the Mont Brilliant line there. It has actually changed. It's changed quite a bit. So you can see from a few years ago, they had quite a few different models that were available. And these pieces now, the Mont Brilliant is 40 mils, which is pretty good size, I think, there. But it is, in a Breitling sense, 40 mils is actually quite small. What do I think of these Mont Brilliants? Well, I gotta be honest with you, okay? I've always liked the Navitimer. The Navitimer is the classic chronograph. The Mont Brilliant is kind of an adaptation of it. They say here, looking into the catalogue, it says the Mont Brilliant chronograph was thus named in tribute to the building of the Rue Mont Brilliant in the heights of the fuck me dead, my French is terrible, La Chucks de Frodes, which housed the Brietling workshops from 1892 to 1979. So it's kind of a the Mont Brilliant itself is kind of, how would I put it, there was a lot more models in that range, and it's become more of a variation of the Navitimer itself. What do I think? I think, to be honest with you, 40 mils is probably, I'd probably go Navitimer. I'm sorry to say there. The Mont Brilliant, I did like the Opus. That was the 4-year calendar. I thought that was a very clever idea. But I would say, look, if you are looking for a classic Breitling, there's only 2 models that I would buy, and that is the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage, and then there's the Navitimer. And I would preferably going with the Tudor movement. This is the Heritage 2 with the Tudor movement. Or I'd be going with the B01, which they've also using in the latest Mont Brilliant chronograph. So what do I think of that? Well, I think that's a good choice. 40 mil, ooh, that could be, I mean, I've got the small Super Ocean at 42.5 mil. 40 mil, whew, that could be very, very small. So the Mont Brilliant, they used to do it in 38 mils. What do I think? I think it's a great watch. I like that all white version. I got to tell you, where they had the white eyes and the white dial, that did appeal to me. That I thought that was kind of cool. Unfortunately, a lot of the Mont Brilliants, the older Mont Brilliants, they're all using ETA-based movements. ETA-based movements. So, not really a movement watch. Not really a movement watch. I find with a lot of these Brietlings like Mont Brilliants, hard to resell. They're not really wanted in the marketplace there. The new ones are okay, but they're a bit small. 40 mils. 40 mils when it's a brand that does 44 and 46 mils. I think, look, it's hard for me to pin this down because I do like the Mont Brilliant. It was never a model that I hated, but I think it's too small. I think it's too small. I'd go for the Navi Timer. I'd go for the Navi Timer. I'm sorry. I'd go for the Navi Timer every day of the week. Even if you're going back to an old Mont Brilliant, I'd go Navi Timer, Navi Timer, Navi Timer. It's just too confusing. People don't understand these different models. Go for the Navi Timer. I've said my piece. This is what I would do there. So I'm Paul Pluta. This is the Paul Pluta channel. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and probably better idea to get a Navi Timer than a Mont Brilliant. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Comments down below.
You know, the poor pontiff. He struggles to eat all those reef and beefs to meet the demand that is placed upon him. It's not easy being an international YouTube celebrity. He's given us everything he has to give, and he might have hit rock bottom. But hey, let's take a look at where he's going now and what he's going to do next.
Hi guys, ArchieLuxury Corporate, the latest YouTube ArchieLuxury sensation. Well guys, what's happened? Well, I'm starting a clean, fresh channel. That's right, this is ArchieLuxury Corporate. And in this channel here, I want to increase the professionalism. I want to increase the professionalism of the ArchieLuxury channel.
So obviously it's going to be a wild success. You can tell already everything is new, different, and changed. So hey, meet me over at the ArchieLuxury Corporate channel. Archibald Chesterfield III Corporate, a man desperately in need of our assistance and support, now more than ever. Have you been sending money abroad for Save the Children to some child in a third world country? Or have you adopted a puppy and been making payments to keep that puppy in a shelter? Well, I think it's time that you thought about this puppy right here, the man, the legend, the myth. He needs your help. I would say cancel everything and get on his Patreon. Or at least join me over at ArchieLuxury Corporate. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments.